the wind, and today's first pitch. It's in there, a called strike, and we're underway at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. This Indians crowd is on its feet. In fact, they haven't sat since the national anthem. Deep left field, away, back door. Wow, what a ball game.
All right, so yes, I'm a little disappointed that my Cleveland Indians did not win the World Series, but it was an amazing series. Congratulations to the Chicago Cubs. What an incredible Game 7. Extra innings plus a rain delay. Unbelievable. Storybook. Well, anyway, this did not go as planned, but let me tell you how it was made. So I started off in Illustrator with a typeface and created outlines. I then imported that into Photoshop and used it as a guide for masking off the letters. But first I put all the photos into a folder group. Each photo has its own mask so it doesn't interfere with the neighboring photo. I then mask off the entire folder with the typeface to make sure everything is aligned, and then I turn off the mask and print it out. I'm using special photo transfer paper I bought off of Etsy. It comes from France, and I'll post a link down below. I've done photo transfers to wood before with regular printer paper, but this transfer paper works much better and it reduces a step. It does require a laser printer, and you cannot use an inkjet. I use matte gel for the transfer vehicle. You can also use Mod Podge. I let it completely dry for a few hours and then soak it in water. Once you can see the image poke through the paper, you can then peel back the transfer paper. I'm using masking tape here to prevent the laser from burning the surface. It's barely pressed down. Then it was time to cut it out. You can see my registration marks up in the corner, and I checked and double checked that everything is aligned before cutting. Cutting took about 10 minutes, and then it was time to remove all the tape. So then I used that negative waste part of the cut to align everything when gluing all the pieces down. I had that waste part clamped to the board, and I glued the pieces down with CA glue. For the CNC part of the sign, I used x-carve Pro for the very first time, and then exported that G-code into easel and then used easel to send that to the x-carve. In my opinion, v-carve is insanely overpriced at $700, but I don't think there's a lot of options out there, and I don't think easel does v-carving just yet. And when I'm using v-carve Pro, it feels like I'm stepping back into 1995. So I'm really looking forward to the future of easel, and hopefully v-carve capabilities come to easel, because easel is just so much friendlier. It's so much easier to use. This says 2016 American League champions. It was supposed to say 2016 World Series champions, but not everything goes as planned. It was a crazy, awesome series. Amazing. Cubs deserved it. Cubs, they won over 100 games this year. They played their hearts out throughout the entire playoffs. Cubs deserved it. They haven't won anything since 1908, so I'm glad their curse is over, and now Cleveland has the longest streak in baseball without winning a World Series, which is crazy. We're Cleveland fans. We're used to it. We're used to it. I grew up Cleveland Indians fan, Cleveland Browns fan, Cavaliers fan, Ohio State fan. My dad's same way, and then my grandpa's the same way. Baseball is by far my favorite sport. I watch it every single night. I love baseball. So I just really unexpected outcome. It was really unexpected for the Indians to do so well in the playoffs with so many injuries. Nobody at the beginning of the season thought the Indians were going to get to a Game 7 of the World Series. Nobody thought that. So looking forward to next year. I'm kind of sportsed out. I need a break from sports for a little bit. So it was a fun project, and it was just really cool trying to get all the photos and the laser to line up. I could have done each letter individually, and that maybe would take out some of the issues when dealing with the alignment within the software. But this was more fun. Plus, I had the negative waste piece to do all the alignments that I needed. So those of you who love woodworking and hate CNC and laser projects, don't worry. We're coming back next week. I got this awesome piece of live edge walnut here. We're going to make something fun out of that. I got these really ugly feet that we're going to use. And I turned some legs, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is unless you listen to the Making It podcast, then you already know. I do have more laser video projects coming, possibly one next Tuesday. If you don't like laser projects, just hang tight. I'm always going to be doing woodworking. You know, I love doing the laser projects because I like challenging myself to do things outside the norm, sort of like this. And I actually have another laser coming next month. The Glowforge is finally shipping next month, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm hoping to get my hands on the new x-carve by Inventables to do that CNC work. So I really enjoy the laser and CNC stuff. I like integrating it into my woodworking projects. That's not for everybody. That's totally cool. We're going to do traditional woodworking projects on this channel as well. So just hang out. If the video comes up that I make that you don't like, just hang out. You don't have to click that. You don't have to thumbs down me. You don't have to unsubscribe. Just wait. I'll make something you like. Just hang on. When I talk in that voice, it makes me cough. A little under the weather this week. So I'm recovering. So if you are a Cubs fan, please take it easy on me in the comments. I'm still recovering. Congratulations to everybody. I'll see you guys next week. As always, be safe, have fun, stay passionate, and make something. Woo! Man, that was a lot of talking. That was a lot of talking. Too much talking. Less talking, more cutting.